Hey everybody, welcome to another Jess Plays. This week, I'm playing another weird, free dog game. Dog-related weird game. But basically what I want you guys to know, is I have another indie game that I purchased and I liked a lot, and it's fucking funny as hell. And very, very relatable, especially to, like, where I am emotionally right now. But I do have to say that that said, I do have to say that I am a little bit, having some trouble with getting OBS to pick it up for whatever reason. I'm not really sure why. But, yeah, I don't know. So, anyway, in the time being, we're gonna play this game. Which is a, very interesting kind of thing. So, alright, let's get going on this. So this is an older game. I think it came out in like 2013 or 2014, but I know nothing about it, and and it looks like ridiculous, so. Years ago, we defeated the Nashirazer and his ban on condiments that devastated the world, but life only got worse. Cybercognition is compulsory. The Cyberbond, an endless sprawl of computed techno-trash, has control over most of humanity. Some opted to plug in. Most had no choice. Others, like me, have resisted data slavery, and the corporations don't like it. 2000 AD, Nuevo Tokyo is about to explode! I'm gonna try to adjust the sound a little bit so you guys can actually hear it, but it's not completely overpowering me. Alright, here we go. I've got a complex that's fallen apart. Maybe that's why I'm drawn to joints like this. I can relate. Desolation is a common sight in this new info age, and I guess that's why the newsheads call it the pre-post-apocalypse. An old sauce den abandoned after decriminalization, lost somewhere between the urban decay and the dire straits in dead zone Nuevo Tokyo. The ketchup splatter patterns camouflaging the cracks in the walls like tomato graffiti do little to help me forget the past, and the cloying smell of corn syrup does far too much to remind me of it. Of her. Of Prissy, the one true force for good I've ever known in this 2-bit world. But she's gone now, and I've got no one but myself to blame. An all too familiar routine. What are we doing in this creep joint, dog? Shit, I don't know. You're up. You take this one. I've been off the stuff for months, man. It's all you. This is my permanent address. All over sauce here with a vamp dog in my lap and hope far out of sight. Shooting up the Kikoman in the dark. Hourly high sodium drive-bys is the only thing I've got going for me. I'm close to the point of no return. Or a little past it. Ah, that's the stuff. A little pick-me-up so I'm better equipped to put myself down. Join all the ghouls I've groomed 6 feet under this rotten city, festering in a wooden kimono covered by transistors and dirt. A heavy knock on the door rattles the walls and nearly topples over my Figma collection. If first impressions are everything, we're not off to a good start. I know what it's about before the rube behind the door can take the modern wire out of their mouth long enough to speak. Modem wire. I've been blasting durst step for 6 hours straight, trying to shake the feeling of existential dread from my skull. What can I say? I put a lot of faith in the classics. This ain't a salon, asshole. Turn the tunes down. I was about to learn human contact, and I get along as well as internal monologue and soy sauce, and they don't get along well. You don't know who you're messing with. I've been cooped up for years playing first-person fraggers and flipping manga pages. I'm a homicidal otaku weapon. Don't test me, baka. Another knock, down goes Hatsune Miku. Perfect marriage of accuracy and posability left crumpled on the floor like pocky crumbs. God damn it. Alright, partner. You know what time it is. With a step. With a shrill whimper, I pull open the door. The greatest test of my upper arm strength since I spent the afternoon cathartically slugging myself. I give the goons board a three-finger salute. He won't be booting up for a while. I stare dejectedly at the hamstrung remains of my dear Hatsune and recall something Carl once told me. One man's plastic is another man's sweetheart. Ain't that the truth? A hushed cry escapes my lips, and it's not long before some eye water joins the getaway. My knuckles are scraped and dripping crimson like I tried to get the marble out of a strawberry ramune. Felt good to use my hands again. And to be honest, I prefer it to the feeling of conditioner. I'm everything a groomer ought to not be, but that's as much news as the core mind-jacking the poor, sap shambling around the cyber streets. The undead grooming business is hardly booming anyway. When all the ghouls gotta do to tickle their pleasure center is hit up the dark side of the cyberbond through sauce proxies, what's a good shave and a haircut? It's heck out there, ain't it, Sid? Worse than heck. It's hell. Carl, kicking off, bought something out of dog. A real drive and a sense of purpose. Too bad it hasn't worn off on me. And I hear ya. Wish I could just hit a key and bankrupt the core. The human to vampire dog year conversion rate's been flipped upside down by the dystopic hellscape of Y2K. You try to punch the last few years into dog's calculator and all you'll get back is the lamentations of the oppressed and a coupon for the latest in core hardware. So it's no surprise he's on edge. You ever think about Carl? The mansion? Carl's still out there somewhere, haunting the conventions. Only now he's not just cosplaying a ghost. I'm not worried. But the mansion? Nah, made me feel like a fry out of oil. I'm glad to be out of USA Inc. I guess. Maybe things would be different if we never rescued Willie. Yeah, maybe. The sauce well would have run dry a long time ago. And maybe Priest would still be around. Won't you sit me goodbye, Sid? Just don't cut my tongue this time, babe. I remember holding her close and giving her a nervous sip on the tab, like a prudish diabetic might. I'll be home before you know it. Should I put you in the fridge while I'm gone? No, I want to stay lukewarm for you. Priest John. What happened to you and Prissy? She thought I was drinking from another can. Marriage went flat after that. If only I'd had a chance to make it work. Well, were ya? Was I unfaithful? Imbibing some babe from a sixter behind Prissy's back label? Nah, I was just catching up with an old bud. At least that's the story I tell myself. But I've got better things to do than open old wounds for a hound caught up in the system. Doesn't matter. Hey, take the edge off, dude. Forget it. It ain't gonna help anymore tonight. I'm just so tired. If you ask me, you're better off without her. But I got something that can help you forget. You know I'm no bite junkie. Come on. Cipher pipe's a safe way to plug in without the corporations prying. All I'm saying. And all I'm saying is fuck your cyber bond, no matter how you slice a dog. You don't understand love. The only thing you've ever embraced is a computer world order. Fuck the cyberspace heartbreaks and their pop-up policia. Fuck this new millennium. Do you remember what brains are? Core call those processors now. They're gonna plug in every last person until we're all just bits in a database. You're exaggerating. The bond's got a lot to offer. Yeah, wolf leaks. Fucking get it, dog. Got a dog blog. Whoa, hold up. WolfLeaks has been blowing code in the pipe about core corruption for months. It's called making a difference, Sid. What are you doing? Is that a joke? No, tell me, is that a joke? Because last I checked, you've been riding the free coat shine train for a while. Grooming can't even compare to what we do. You want a taste of what matters? Let me bring you up to the latest corporate cable. Dog paws around on the board plugged into his head. The clicking and clacking makes me sicker than a barbecue sauce bender on a tilt-a-whirl. Frog of Frankenstein, Sid. Did you know there's a frog of Frankenstein? You do now? Woof leaks. We're talking about a cyber revolution in the making. Beep. Beep boop, beep boop. That's all I heard coming out of that tech peddler you call a yapper. Face it, dog. This ain't a scene for dogs anymore. Just a roadkill on the information superhighway. An inconsequential mess on the spinning rubber of the core machine. You're the last person I expected to say a thing like that. Dog's ears flatten and he tucks his board wire between his legs. Dog, wait. I didn't mean it like that. No, you did. Think I can't change things because I was born in a basket of canola oil and anime? You're really so different. Groomer. Okay, Groomer. Maybe you're right and we haven't gone far enough. Maybe it's time to expand the dogosphere. Cause some goddamn chaos. I'm out of here. For good. I keep pushing my friends away. Pushing them like a shopping cart full of pizza pockets. Only in this scenario, there's no microwave ding at the end to bring on that brief rush of euphoria. Just the deafening silence of an empty room that comes with being a groomer in a computer's world. I'm losing loved ones as quickly as I'm running out of similes. Priest, Carl, dog, Dracula. Well, was Dracula ever really important? Alright. Let's look around, ball. Cold and empty. The room's mine, alright. Only decor in sight's my antique collection of unpaid bills stacked in the shape of a 4-letter word. A sad visage greets me in the glass, a worn face saturated in tears and condiments that look right at home on a poster fixed to a light pole. Missing since the last millennium, my pretty boy swagger. I need to get out of this doggone apartment. To get out of Nuevo Tokyo. Footsteps echo through the alleyway like a specter looking for a pedicure. I can only make out his shadowed features, but a silhouette never looks so seductive. I try to freshen up, but it'd do no good. The soy sauce is starting to hit me like a bag of Hanzo steel hammers. My cheeks are twitching and my eyes are rolling in the back of my head like they're trying to jumpstart my brain. But the only juice left in me comes from the sauce bottle. Hola. Speechless. There's nothing I can do about it. Not now, and not when I'm still staring next week. I'm glued to her like a land jogger's glued to nighttime prowls and cyber chats. Neon glow of her e-cig illuminates her rain-stained onesie. Onesies used to be for babies, but that was the 90s. Sophisticated now. Sexy. Not much of a need for babies when you've got them dancing in your email. Oh, God. Oh, I feel so old. I remember when that was a thing. Nah, she owns that onesie in a way that spells trouble with capital key presses. I've only been into 2D girls since Pris split, but this dame rolling down my alley in that dangerous romper suits got my limbic system lit up like a Navidad in Nuevo Tokyo. Not a fan of the core, stranger. You're not plugged in either. Ha! No. You a Casper? Casper. What the working class used to call us groomers of the undead. I never would have guessed it by the broad burns on her face, but she must not be the high blinder her dress code suggests. Yeah, well, it used to be. Keep up the fight. Adios. Wait, you want to maybe get a drink? What, the rain ain't enough? Not for me, sister. Well, I'm more of a Bishonen girl. Maybe next time. I doubt there'll be a next time. Who's gonna go for a groomer in the year 2000? It's an old art. Skillies need perms a whole lot less than they need a www and a .com. I need a stiff drink and then a ticket out of here. The drenched alleys littered with ziplocs full of urine. People used to relieve themselves in bathrooms, but then they stopped being able to find them. That's what happens when you're plugged in too long. You lose your spatial memory and sell your dignity to the core. Mexico. Flyer for a host club advertising the most kawaii muchachos in town. Sexy. I've got the itch, but I don't have the scratch. Oh, it's somewhere familiar. Skeed's Sauce Shake Saloon, one of the last places in the prefecture safe from corporate corrosion. Or at least that's how I remember it. So I thought they were saying core as in like Marine Corps, but maybe they mean like core as in like corpse, like corporations. I look around. Look around. Foreigners, expats, gaijin. The caustic stink of keyboard burns permeates the bar. Since when does Skeed serve haughty cyberbon addicts and a dub-watching business? Shake my head. Signor Shinjuku, it's been a while. You want your usual mayo shake? Shakes. I got 'em bad. It's part of the business. But I need something with a little more kick tonight. Got anything stronger? For you, of course. Your poison, senor? Mustard on the rocks. Oh, ponzu! Fuck yeah! How about an old favorite? Ponzu sauce. Neat. Sure thing, it's on the house. Okay, I'm gonna just be honest here. I probably would actually just drink straight ponzu, like for a bit or something. I wouldn't, you know, for my own purposes because I don't need to, but down the hatch. So, where's Skeed? I think I better have a word. He's, he ain't gonna like it, senor. He's out of town on a meeting with an exec from Craftcom. The catastrophic result of the Kraft-Capcom merger that soured my two favorite pastimes. The days of Mac being easy and games being hard have long gone by thanks to the casuals in their circuit board suits. What the hell is he doing talking to a mega corporation? Can't run from a place like this. Can't run a place like this off the grid anymore. It's either work with them or we all wind up plugged in behind bars. You're already behind a bar, amigo. I didn't come here to listen to you lecture about plugging myself in. But I'm on your side. Birds, plural. I whip out the akimbo middle fingers like I'm the master of suspense and show him what fighting the system looks like. He retreats to the opposite side of the bar, sporting a contorted expression, submitting to my ownership of his fragile corp apologist psyche. Give me your biggest shake, pronto. I overhear a familiar voice, that sultry inflection like a Vocaloid bad girl with a taste for carcinogens. It's music to my ears compared to the corpse speak I've heard tonight. Hey there, fellow whistle wetter. That's what I call running an icebreaker. Leave me alone, you worthless piece of... Oh, it's you. I couldn't tell if it was a look of disappointment or disgust, and I should know. I saw both in the mirror just about a half hour ago. Sorry, I used to work in a TsunDARE-e cafe. Long story. Don't sweat it. I don't always check my toot either. So I never got your name. Look, it's not like that. It's just I noticed the burns earlier and you're not plugged in. You're Resistance, right? Union? Nothing gets by you, huh? Skabon. Skabon, really? Sid Shinjuku. Pleasure. What? A decker and a groomer. I guess we would make a pretty good team, Spinaroonie. Where'd you hear the name? Come on, there's not that many groomers around here named Sid. Everyone knows the Spinaroonie, especially the corpse. I've been a fool to think I've been avoiding the penetrating eye of the corporations. I'd given weaves to half the ghouls in the city for Kami's sake. That name's in my past. I don't groom anymore. It shows. Get those threads from a mainframe aisle? Funny. It wasn't funny. It hurt. Struck too close to home. Had me wishing my drink would hit me already. Skeed's talking to some suits. You hear anything about it? I wonder what all those wireheads were doing here. Skeed's been organizing network sit-ins for longer than even the Union. Everyone has a price, and I guess Skeed's is macaroni al-binary. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense that the world's most wanted hacker is now the leader of the largest core-sponsored nation? President Shakur. I'll never get used to hearing it. You and me both. Is it Tupac? Is that what the implication? Fact is, the conglomerates have their cursors in everybody's nerve wires. Ah! An explosion rocks the club and it goes dark. Sauce hardly agrees with the locomotion as it ejects myself from my stomach and out of my mouth, off brown spittle spraying like sadness on tap. I'm not even a human being anymore, just a scarred, pathetic dispensary of bodily recycled condiments. Embarrassment swells up in my chest until I want to cry. Guess it's gonna be an average night after all. You okay? Yeah, it's nothing. I'm just not keen on surprises is all. I say, forcing a smile, the bile and sauce cocktail pushing its way through the gaps in my teeth. Bzz. It's hard to hear over the panicked crying over spilled sauce shakes, but a computerized falsetto begins to play through the club's speakers.
I am Psyop.
Psyop?
You are helots, cogs in a machine, slaves to the cyberbond. The totalitarian wire rule of the corporations controls you, uploads your every thought. What you possess is an illusion of agency. You are not free. But with my help, you will be. All who are plugged in, you are infected with a virus. It will reach your nervous system in 1 minute. Automatic shutdown process will be distressing. Manually override it by unplugging yourselves. Remove the wire, escape corporate control. Be free.
Do you know about this? No, this isn't how the Union works. You can't just unplug. It'll kill him. How do we stop it? We need equipment and time. There's nothing we can do. Badges will be here any second. And the 2 people not plugged in will be prime suspects. We need to go, Casper. She's right. The law would nail this on us in a Nuevo New York minute. The pigs would be jumping all over troughs to get a chance to pinch a pair of anti-corp rebels. There's a secret exit. Come on. I follow her into a dark tunnel. It's pitch black, and if I were in the fetal position, I'd feel right at home. This should lead us to the streets. I think we'll be safe. I flick my Zippo for some light. What happened back there? It's not right. These people could have been saved. Her posture was as stiff as ever. It's hard to tell if she's on the level, but she doesn't seem the type to short-circuit a room full of data slaves. She's trouble, but she's not cold-blooded. I'm with you. Even Bond fiends deserve to go out with more dignity than what happened in that club. There's a lot of people out there resisting the corporations, but I don't know any who'd condone a massacre. There's somebody who will know. Closest thing I've got to an inside man is an outside dog. Anything to do with the corpse. Dog's got the details. He has eyes all over the city, and I know where his will be focused tonight. A certain hostess club not far from here. I need to get to Chihuahuacho. Okay. That's where this leads. Convenient. Here's the ladder up. I've had trouble with ladders ever since the Chiba Marines placed last a couple seasons ago. I take a deep breath and climb up. Please input your credentials. There's some kind of compupad up here. And our username and password. That's the shit I don't like. Come down, I'll take care of it. She tinkers away at the panel with equal parts grit and grace. It's the first time I've ever been envious of somebody's techno skill set. It'll pass when I get back to the cyber slums. Okay, good to go. Come up. Craftcom. That's hilarious. At least the rain had stopped. I'll come with you. No, it's better if we split up. Get a hold of your contacts and find out what you can. And you? What's in Chihuahuacho? Answers, or dog be damned. We'll meet back here then. I nod sheepishly. In hindsight, I wondered if all the bleeding was necessary. The various mouth noises are probably the safest bet if I don't want to tell her the truth. That I'm scared straight, and that our best hope's Pooch who used to share a bottle with. Chihuahuacho. Its neon-soaked streets and gutters full of used floppy disks. It used to be the town that never rests, but ever since the bond, going outside seems like a fad about to pass. Spare some peso? Bogies like this one are popping up more and more, rising from the grave and straight into corpse-sponsored poverty. I feel bad knowing how often he's told to get an afterlife, but I also know he'd spend my charity on a stick of RAM without a moment's pause. I don't believe in currency. Pendejo. Chihuahua. Dog ain't gonna be happy to see me. Oh, it's like a literal hostess club. The busiest hostess club in Chihuahua, den of hedonistic impulses and short life expectancies. A dog's kind of place. Heard of getting a bite to eat, but this is taking it too far. The only thing instant about these noodles is the rootkit installation. What am I even saying anymore? Seems appropriate. I reflect on the mediocrity of my life. Overpriced cupcakes and pastries of easy virtue. This ain't my sort of dive. I like how it looks like exactly like a fucking, izakaya. It's just... Oh, shit. Okay. My shit's here. One sec, guys. Okay. Sorry about that. My Takubing guy just showed up to drop off my, suitcase that I sent out yesterday. So I'm, oh god, my tablet thing here, all over the place. Alright, anyway, sorry. So yeah, this looks like a friggin' like semi-classy izakaya. Sid, what are you doing here? I need to talk to you. It's big. Think Prim's gonna make up for what you said? I'm just roadkill, remember? So maybe you ought to dust off. Twinkie Cream can't hide the barbecue on his breath. That familiar smoky stench of self-loathing. I said some things I shouldn't have, but this isn't the time for petty back and forth. You're saucing again. So what? You were the only one around here allowed to have a good time? About 20 wireheads just got the kill switch flipped on them by some psyop psycho at Skeed's, and I want answers. Now Wolf Leaks matters. I can feel him throwing me a shady look with his cyber optics. He fools people with that satin cape, but the truth is he's become a little more than hardware. A little more hardware than in software. More machine than dog. What matters is putting a stop to this bonderism. What's a little collateral damage? Listen to yourself. Listen? I'm a dog. I've heard frequencies you people wouldn't believe. Fire engine sirens off the shoulder of Puebla Shima. I heard Pomeranians yap in the dark near the backyard gate. I know what I'm saying, and for the first time, I mean it. I grabbed the spray bottle from my holster and leveled it, springing dog up in the anticipation of a cucumber melon spritzing. I'm not fucking around, dog. This isn't how we win. We're no better than the corporations if innocents die on our watch. You tell me how to put a stop to this, or I swear. You won't do it. That's not the kind of person you are anymore, Sid. You can't groom, but not really. And maybe that's why people are starting to take matters into their own hands. He has me dead to rights. I got nothing left. The sauce prohibition, the split up with priests, it's all taking its toll. I let go of the spray bottle with a few tears to lubricate it on its fall down. Drops to the floor roughly at the same level as my self-esteem. Dog's one good eyebrow scurries around his face like it's doing a victory lap. I can tell he's about to lob a zinger at me, beat down what's left of my pride. Dog. My head's splitting, like I took a couple hundred decibels of Bizkit to the dome, and the droning hum of busted fluorescent light bulbs isn't much help. What does it say? Dog says, dog says, dog says. Couldn't have been out for long, but I'm definitely not in any snack cake club anymore. Hello? Guess it's just me and the chair I'm strapped to. Spritz on the speaker on the Fritz plays from Nuevo Tokyo Top 40. Sounds like I'm still in Chihuahua Cho. Footsteps outside the door. Too heavy to be dogs. Beginning procedure. Procedure? Dog, what is this? Heel! He comes closer. The can opener rigged to his torso, spinning up. Dug my own grave. Twice. Double grave. cold metal against my cranium. If the doc's looking for some common sense, he'll be digging for a while. Ah! So, I know we've talked before about how I can't scream. But I was in my sister's class the other day, and she was reading, Because of Winn-Dixie to her kids, and there's a part where, like, the librarian thinks Winn-Dixie's a bear. And my sister, like, legit fucking screamed and scared the crap out of the kids, and it was really funny, and I was like, oh my god, you can scream, but I can't. The instrument whirs and jives into my cortex. Over time, the whirring fades into a serene silicon choir. It sings to me about dog, about the bond. It's safe. That should do it. I drift in and out of false dreams, visions of corporate spin and ghosts of dogs gone by. Woof, woof, woof. Dog? Show dog. Sid. Dog, is that you? Mr. Shinjuku, wake up! Wake up! Hey, Mr. T. Skeed? They've had you locked up in here? It's hard to believe the withered man before me is the famous sentinel of sauce shakes. Still, it's easier to swallow than him getting mixed up with the corpse. Yeah, it's me. They did something to you. To me, too. Dog. Did he plug me in? Nah, something worse, Mr. Shinjuku. I take a look around the cell. The door's wide open. Skeed's your place. It was computercide, no survivors. Saloon's old news. I've mastered the calculation of time zone differences. They don't make any sense, Chief. Dog o'clock and it's spoken. The dog says, know your role and shut your mouth. The dog says, know your role and shut your mouth. The dog, know your damn role and shut your damn mouth. Ugh. There's two things I can't stand. Catch Penny Mutts wolfing around in my head and the doctrines of reorganized religion. Strike one. I give Skeed a pat on the back of his circuitry woven signet, and my hand returns with a layer of cyber sweat. Can't help him. He's too far gone. I'm gonna rub that dog's nose in this mess, Skeed, I promise. And shut your mouth, Dog wants me to leave, wants me to find him. Don't even make any sense. I go out the open door and head outside. It's a Lawson. So this is where he kept me. In the back room of a bodega. You know, it's actually not a terrible... It's actually not like an incorrect comparison to make. Except that, like, bodegas are usually, like, family run and, like, have more heart in them, I think, than, like, corporate combini. Stand outside the window, my labored breath making short work of its clarity. Some people find meaning in life through contemplation. I just get breathy. I love that they clearly took this in winter because it's advertising Oden outside. Neurons running on E, getting turned around in a maze of my mind's eye, trying to visualize something so transcendent. Coherent thought vacates the premises like it's trying to beat my mouth to the punch. What's it like? I don't mean the court martials, the low-brow, high-volume knockabouts on loop. I mean, what's it really like? If only there was time to find out. I need to head down the street and meet up with Skabon. Sid, what happened to you? Guess I clicked the wrong hyperlink. This whole thing, the attack, was my dog. He had my brain prodded in an underground clinic up the road. Skeed was in there too. When I wished for something in my head besides crippling guilt and an encyclopedic knowledge of ecchi, I didn't mean cyberware. Skeed? What's left of him anyway. Dog did something to him. To me. Hooked us up to some kind of network. We need to find Dog before he really goes haywire. Right. I've got someone. His name is Trackball. Old Union contact turned bond surfer. Don't know how reliable he is, but he might be our only shot. For those of you kids who are watching this, a trackball is the little ball that they used to have inside a mouse, you know, before optical mice were a thing. So you know how now, like, optical mice use light on the bottom? Like, if you flip your mouse over and look at it, it uses, like, light to move around. The old mice used trackballs. So that's the reference. Pisa Pringles Marquez, street name Trackball, virtua gaming junkie who got wrapped up in some kind of sleazy sponsorship deal. But I know he's a fixer, a freaker, kind of techno scum, just tolerable enough to put up with, and maybe he can help us pinpoint Dog. And that's our next stop. Lead the way. Wait, let me look at your head. Sid, I don't know what this is. I mean, it's some kind of link to the Cyberbond, but I've never seen this style of neurowork. Must be all play to his scheme. He's planning something big, some kind of takeover, and the old model of wireheads aren't invited. The capybara. This feline's been hitching a ride on the Cyberbond for too long. Its fur smells like an electrical fire, and its lifeless eyes compel me to give it an oatmeal bath and moisturizing treatment. But that's not who I am anymore. Gomenasai, pussycat. Some kind of court-martial.
You know, sometimes it pays to read things backwards. Backwards like cats, man. How about tacks? In your feet? You don't like those. What about tab? Is it a regular soda? Or is it a diet soda? I don't know. But look at this. Oh man. There you go. The real beauty in life is appreciating things like the things I just said. Gosh bless you on that.
That wasn't a court-martial, Casper. That was a hypno program from the Matt Zybots. Tacks in my feet? Sid! That was wild. Let's hit the road. This is it. Let's go inside. It's me. Open up. Password. We don't have time for... Wait. Once you pop, the fun don't stop. Unlocked. Close the door, groomer. You're letting in all kinds of air. Trying to clear the aroma or something? Authentic spices, they say. Pizza Pringles, take it in. There's a little heat go around the mori, but without the sympathetic qualities. For a dreg like Trackball, it's just a put-on. Convenient excuse to waste more time dozing on virtuous and rattling bones on the undead bulletin bonds. That's more like it. Welcome to the den, gameheads. Is that the latest Virtua cover model? Cover model. Most tantalizing combo of this side of a drive-thru. It was too late. She hit me with the right pair of words at the wrong time. My muscles tightened like dog on a corporate leash, and my lips curl into a smirking mess that more closely resembles the congealed vanilla pudding than anything anatomical. My mind strays to a place even a lamb daughter would be ashamed of. Me and Skabon together, zipping up each other's duds in a continuous cycle of carnal soup fastening. Nothing to separate our love but interlocking nylon teeth. It's the caffeine withdrawal, being separated from Prissy too long. I stab myself out of it before I get too emotionally involved. Pfft, what do you think? I don't have time for your lo-fi union gamer shawls, sweetheart. I'm taking full color, technicolor head waves, facial degreaser, the works. You alright? Dog sends digital whispers to my brain stream. If I focus clearly, I can hear faint murmurs of condiments of Bond Dominion. I need to hurry. Sid? I'm fine. Trackball, we're not here to game. I know. Need a Bontress. Skate told me everything. Not everything. We're looking for a dog. A dog? The dog. Of Dracula? That's the one. Is this guy loco? Dog's a cool cat, so why the hell would I give you a trace on him? You know what happened at Skeets? Hold on. You're gonna want some of these. Madre! Pringles! She's a little hard of hearing. Starts hitting the wall. Open palm slaps against plasterboard. We've all been there before. He's doing some kind of sequence, like the world's most pathetic Morse code. Boom, boom, boom. Bring the Pringles. Licks the powdered za sauce off the crisps one by one. The sickening slurps and heaves from beneath the cover only upset my stomach further. It never changes. Everyone in the city's jonesing for either the next big download, the quickest sauce fix, or both in Trackball's case. Look. Oh, did you want some? I don't want your motherboard and Pringle pity, oh, compadre. The only chip I'm interested in is the one in Dog's ear. You gonna give me a lock on it or not? You never told me why. Listen to me. Skeet Saloon, did you hear about it? Sure, read all about it on Wolf Leaks. Don't you get it? Dog orchestrated the whole thing and tried to put the blame on the corpse. We were there. You're some kind of code wizard, right? Take a look at this thing in my head and I bet I'll prove it. Pauses for a moment, then examines my dome. Whoa. This is virtual paw print, alright. Damn, this is heavy. Can you get a trace? Yeah, I think so, but don't tell Dog I snitched, alright? As he worked, I took a look around the room. Everything seems so clear to me, except why I put these glasses on. Those are antiques, man. Part of history, a video log about some old world road named Will. You can watch them if you want. Maybe life before the bond wasn't much better. Oh wait, hold on. Can I do other stuff? Oh, here we go, yeah. Okay.
Have you heard this joke? Nope. Daytime tomorrow. Yep.
Hey, salutation.
Who are you?
I'm Will.
I'm Will. I got my boss cat.
That is a fat corgi.
I didn't expect to be called out so thoroughly. You almost done? Hold your horsehair brush, Groomer. I almost got it. Alright, Funyun's Tower, roof level. How are we gonna get there? You know what? Take my mom's ride. Here's the keys. I take these for the road. I don't prig and drive, Marquez. Throw the Pringles at his face as hard as I can and run out the door. Despite his help, I can't shake the feeling it's just another punk on the payroll. Hop on. These stairs go straight to the roof. Dog of Dracula, I'm here. I'll start running diagnostics. I know it was you, Fido. It broke my heart. Dog beeps at me in the rudest of frequencies. best friend beeping in my face, an abhorrent fusion of vampire dog and bad-mannered machine. It's all at this moment I feel the most alone in the world. You wanted me to come, didn't you? Had them screw with my head, and then you brought me here. Why? Because I made you better, like me. He doesn't have a material body anymore. He's completely melded with the cyberbond, Sid. How is this better? Get with the program, Sid. That's what you want, isn't it? Me to obey and sit for you? Go cross-eyed with petting a biscuit in the bridge of my nose? Is that what they did to you? That's what you did to me. You treated me like some kind of compressed archive on a short leash. A pet, small and insignificant and cute. Not anymore. I'm something else now. I'm fucking gigabytes, Sid. Gigabytes? Is that all you want to be remembered for? Do you even know how many people you reconfigured at the club? What you did to Skeed? What's wrong? Your command parts are broken? You just don't get it. This city's a great big fire hydrant waiting to get pissed on. Somebody needed to take a stand. I fought the corporations, the lies, the control. All of it will be over with soon. Why isn't that enough for you? No one dog should have all that power. Not just me, Sid. Both of us. Partners like old times. You see, I forgive you. Your synaptic pathways have been hanging with the wrong code. Stop these attacks, then we really can be partners again. Sid Shinjuku and Dog of Dracula, back in the hacky sack game together. Please. No. We've been best friends for so long, dog. Just trust me. Betrayed again. It was foolish to think. This was never about beating the corpse, was it? Through wolf leaks, through everything. There's never enough for the Spinneroonie. I might have a partitive in my name, Sid, but I don't need no man, and I'm nobody's best friend anymore. Nobody's. Ah!
ちどね、それは私、ドラキュラの犬、サイバーバーンへようこそ。
Well, yeah. What are you doing?
私にいくつかのバーベキューソースを持っている。
Hi, dozo. You won't get through to me with won't get through to me with Moai, dog. Stop.
何
We gotta put an end to this arfed up world. Can you hear me, Sid? Yeah, what is this? You're inside some kind of amalgamation of Dog's terminal and the Cyberbond, but the encryption is crazy. Wait, I think I've got it. Stay out of this. It's like his own personal cybersphere space. Sid! Everything's here, integers and functions. I think you can shut this down from the inside. How? Keep moving. There's a control panel that I think will be able to grant you administrative privileges to. It could only be for a few seconds, so you'll need to be quick. You won't do it. You're nearly there. Dog, I want you to think back. Think about what your friendship meant to Carl. And the scooter rides, the wind blowing your perfectly groomed coat. Rescuing Willie from prison and ending the war on Sauce. Giving me this sweet tat. Eating Count Dracula and consuming his dark energy. Don't these memories mean anything to you? Redundant data. I think I see the panel, Skabon. I always thought I'd buried Dog in the backyard of Dracula's mansion, not some recycle bin on a desktop from a discombobulated plane of data debauchery. Give up, Groomer. I'm there. Right, granting administrative privileges in 3. Dog, I'm sorry I never potty trained you, never threw you a stick, never discouraged your rampant substance abuse. Please, if you're still in there, stop this. 2. Dog. Roll over, Sid. Roll over like the corporations. 1. Do it! Dog! Use the panel. Dog! Press it now! I am not your pet anymore. Press the button, Sid! Dog, please! The Cyberbond is mine. I'm sorry, Dog. I'm sorry. Sid. Senpai. You had to do it, Casper. It was the only way. He's really gone. My partner, my friend, my dog. It'll be okay. Will it? Is a life without Dog of Dracula worth living? I don't know. I don't know that I can live with what I've done. Wait a minute, Sid. Look at this code. Ones and zeros in the shape of a grooming brush adorn the screen of Skaban's interface. What is this? He had some kind of failsafe set up in case the Showdog program was terminated. This is unbelievable. He tapped into something in the Cypher's pipe. All the bond accounts, the corporate funds. We've just been wired to an outside source. You mean that bankrupt? It's gone. All of it. The reserves, everything. Without this, I'm nothing. He did it, Sid. What's the outside source? It's just a screen name. I don't recognize it. Big Willie. Dog. One month later. I remember it like it was yesterday. Maybe because I tell myself it was. The dog's still here and the world's alright. It was a year before the year 2000. Dog had just passed his first undead grooming exam. He was radiant, beaming with pride. There were no cyber optic implants in his eyes then. Only hope. The smile you could never forget and a bottle of hickory barbecue in his gentle grasp, he licked my face. A deluge of salivatory joy that formed an ethereal bond between groomer and dog. Those are the days you'll remember. Nothing from the cyber times, just those brief, delicate moments where everything was in absolute harmony. They said the last thing you see before you die is a flash of light. No, what you see is a dog, a beautiful dog, accomplished and at peace. Dog raised his bottle, looking at me like he always did, with a confident sureness that we'd never drift apart, and his tail wagging wildly. And celebrating the future we were sure to have together, we yelled in gleeful unison. Kampai! Oh, man. Alright. Cool. So that's it for Dog of Dracula 2, Cyber Monogatari. It was pretty... It's pretty funny. I want to get into playing some other stuff soon. I do really want to play that one game that I came up with before. It's a what's it called? An indie game that I really want to play, and I would very much like to play it because it is really good and it's very relevant to like things that have happened in my life recently. But and then after that, I'll start on new game. I'm gonna play. Here's the plan basically is I'm gonna play a little bit of what's it called? Disco Elysium. I'll play a little bit of that, and then I'll also play a little bit of other stuff as well, so that it's not unlike the whole thing with Exile Election. I'll be doing a little bit more stuff in the meantime. I have a couple of other games I'd also like to play. There's a lot of like indie games that I want to get into, as well as some other things as well. So yeah, we'll see where the future goes. Obviously, I want to do some other things. But yeah, so basically we're gonna be doing, or I'm gonna be doing some other stuff. I might play some older games that I really like that we haven't done before. I want to play some other like weird indie games. But what I'm thinking is I'm gonna try and like mix up with the stuff that I'm doing, if it makes sense, just so that I have a lot of different things going on. Ideally, I would like to be able to post more than once a week, but unfortunately at this time, I don't know if I will be able to do that. So, yeah, I'll be back and doing some other stuff. Some things that are going to be coming up that I do want to play. There are some games that aren't out yet that I would like to play. One of them is, obviously, I want to play, do a playthrough of, what's it called? The 2Kyo Games game, with the kids. Death March Club, I want to play Death March Club. obviously. I might play Death Come True. I don't know if I want to play Death Come True or not. Although it looks like it's going to be kind of cheap and it's coming out in the summer, so maybe I'll play that just real quick. And there's a kind of like Danganronpa look-alike I want to do as well. I'm also thinking about doing a thing where I play some fun kind of like freeware indie games that are about like, you know, UD topics. You know, just for fun, shits and giggles. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you again in a couple of days. Bye!